Hey everyone, Chad Hasty here, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs on News Talk 790 KFYO and online at KFYO.com. Weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 Central Time. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. That's Chad Hasty Radio on Twitter. And don't forget, subscribe below to our KFYO YouTube page. We really like it when you do that. You'll be alerted whenever we upload a new video from any of the interviews we've done or these morning briefs. The big question going into the rest of this week, will Marco Rubio actually compete in Florida or will he drop out? You know, I'm taking a guess. It's about a 50% chance that Marco Rubio stays in the race or drops out. I just don't know which way he leans. You know, for Marco Rubio, there was so much promise behind his campaign, behind his candidacy. Marco Rubio has been seen for a couple of years now as the next conservative president, the next Republican president, the leader of the future of the Republican Party, and all of that has been stifled because of Donald Trump and because of his campaign's own failings and shortcomings. And trust me, there have been quite a few shortcomings in the Rubio campaign. So will he drop out before Florida? This is a guy who wants to win his home state. This is a guy, I believe, who really believes that he can win Florida, though some of the reports that came out on Wednesday showed that some of his donors, well, they're not looking I guess, optimistically at Rubio's chances in Florida. In fact, one story that Fox Business was reporting on is that some donors say that if they don't get better internal polls, then Marco Rubio will drop out prior to Florida. Why would he do this? Well, because if he gets smothered in Florida, if he gets routed by Donald Trump in Florida, that could hurt his future chances at a governorship in Florida. I don't know if Rubio's looking that far ahead, but somebody needs to be looking that far ahead for Rubio's future chances. He definitely has a future in politics. Would it be decimated by a rout in Florida? Well, probably so, at least short term, yes. Now, if he only loses by a few points, then okay, maybe he can come back from that pretty quickly. But other than that, Marco Rubio really has to take an honest look at how the campaign stands right now. Now, do I believe that Ted Cruz, if Marco Rubio were to drop out today, and throw his support behind Ted Cruz, do I think that Ted Cruz would go on and win Florida? No. I don't see it happening. I think that Donald Trump will win Florida. I think Donald Trump's numbers will go even higher in Florida. I just don't see Ted Cruz being able to pull that out in Florida, though I guess anything is possible. The grand plan that I've seen by some out there is that on the debate stage, that maybe Marco Rubio points to Ted Cruz and said, I endorse Ted Cruz. I want all of my delegates to go to Ted Cruz right now. That would put Ted Cruz over Donald Trump, possibly going into Super Tuesday next week. That possibly Ted Cruz would add Marco Rubio onto a vice presidential role, and it would be a Cruz-Rubio ticket. This seems like a perfect plan, and one that'll never work. Why? Because it's a perfect plan. It makes sense. Who would not love a Cruz-Rubio ticket? It sounds great to me, and I'm sure to a lot of other people who don't necessarily want Donald Trump as president. Look, folks, I think some of these ideas that are out there, it's almost too late. The delegate math just doesn't add up for Ted Cruz or Rubio to win the nomination outright. Ted Cruz has a little bit better of a shot, but it would take a big collapse from Trump in order for Ted Cruz to win this thing outright. I think you're looking at a couple of different options here. Number one, Donald Trump, and I think this is probably the best chance or the highest probability to happen. Donald Trump wins the Republican nomination outright. Donald Trump wins Florida. He wins Ohio. He gains momentum going forward. It's over. Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee. The other idea that is out there, the other possibility, is that Marco Rubio does drop out after Florida, maybe right before, but there's still a contested convention with Ted Cruz and Donald Trump. And another way they're looking at this, how does Marco Rubio perform in later states? Can Marco Rubio stay in even after a defeat of Florida? Can he stay in and maybe pick off enough states, along with Ted Cruz picking off enough states, to where all three go into a brokered/contested convention in Cleveland? It's all possible, but I just don't see Marco Rubio dropping out this week. I don't see him dropping out before Florida, But hey, anything could happen. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 on News Talk 790 KFYO. And follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day.